This is a message from my client Mike. After months of struggling with insecurity over his age, he got over 11 dates in 3 weeks. His secret? He simply started applying the 5 lessons any guy can use to instantly become more attractive to women. So if you want to get insane results like Mike and all my other clients, watch till the end and click the first link in the description to join my private coaching program. Starting with the first tip, which will actually surprise you, because the truth is you don't need male model genetics to look like a 9. You just need to Aestheticmaxx. This is when you build a clear, consistent look that instantly attracts your ideal kind of woman, because here's the truth. The reason you're not attracting 9s and 10s is because you've built the wrong aesthetic. Just a simple change of aesthetic can get you results instantly. Different aesthetics attract different types of women. This is obvious, but what most guys don't understand is that every girl is subconsciously scanning for guys who fit into her world. If your energy, lifestyle, and visual identity don't align with her type, she'll never even register you as a potential option. Now, here's how it plays out in the real world. Think about the typical IG party girl. She's drawn to men with status. Why? Because she's the type of girl who values it highly and is always trying to get into the most high status and exclusive places in her city. The easiest way to appeal to this type of girl is with status-coded aesthetics. You know, the typical old money sense of style, the more modern, high fashion streetwear, that polished energy and aesthetic that's typically seen in higher end places. If a girl like this stumbles on your dating profile or your IG and she sees your vibe fits into that of guys who are seen as desirable and she's usually attracted to, then congratulations, you just gave yourself a huge boost. Now, the typical IG party girl is probably not going to make a great wife, but this idea of aesthetic maxing applies to any type of girl. The wholesome yoga girl gravitates towards guys who are health and fitness focused. These guys generally have a more minimalist or athleisure type of vibe and aesthetic, which consists of simple, more casual outfits and a more calm and grounded energy, all of which mirror her more calm and health focused lifestyle. Now, the corporate high achiever type of woman, she leans towards other high achiever male professional types who have a more refined and slightly dressier style and aesthetic and a more regimented lifestyle. Now, notice how by me simply describing each of these archetypes of both men and women, you can instantly picture in your mind a certain person, a certain mood, a certain vibe and aesthetic. And that's the whole point I'm bringing home here. Because the brutal truth is that most guys operate in the generic middle ground. Their sense of style is forgettable and bland. There's no direction, no identity, no vibe. And when you blend in like this, you just get ignored. When your aesthetic is defined though, she instantly builds a mental narrative around you. It's no longer just average guy, it's that guy. The biggest takeaway here is that you need to first define your target archetype or your ideal woman. Most guys never even take the time to think about what their ideal woman is. What does her lifestyle look like? What are her hobbies? What does she do aside from being hot? The second thing you want to do is you want to pick an aesthetic that's in alignment and speaks her language. And the third thing you want to do is you want to build your style, wardrobe, and your online profiles around that aesthetic. Now, this doesn't mean you pretend to be someone that you're not. It just means you lean further into who you already are and make your identity and style more memorable and punchy both in person and online. Because attraction isn't just random. She's not just attracted to you, she's attracted to what you represent. And the last thing you want to represent is every other boring average guy she's met. Now, another bonus tip to elevate your style and aesthetic is to simply wear accessories, whether it's a ring, a necklace, a watch. All of these add a subtle touch and will make your style stand out that much more. I know this personally because for a few years now I've owned a jewelry brand, and the biggest feedback I get from clients is that wearing something as simple as a necklace or a ring can be a huge compliment magnet from both men and women. When people see jewelry, they think high status, luxury, and sophistication. It gives you super easy bonus points to take your appearance to the next level, and jewelry is also the best fashion investment you can make because you can literally wear it every single day for years, unlike a t-shirt or a pair of jeans that you can't really wear every day without looking gross. And the best part is that literally adding a ring, a bracelet, a watch, or a necklace to any outfit, and you're immediately stepping up your outfit's attractiveness by 2 or 3 points. Now, if you want to check out a necklace from my brand, the link is the description, or again, just find anything that will maximize your appeal and fits into your style. Now, obviously looks and your appearance matter, but something that most guys don't even know is that you can instantly look more attractive without changing your face, your body, or even your outfits by simply just being seen in the right places. This This is what I call social proof anchoring. Most guys post the same bland photos, bathroom selfies, awkward group shots, or random vacation pics. None of that signals status. None of it sparks any curiosity, and that's why women tend to scroll right past it when they see it on dating profiles. Social proof anchors flip that completely. When you have photos of you in all the best and trendiest places in your city, that builds status and attraction for you because they show you're a man with access, status, and a life that's worth being a part of. When women see you at the rooftop lounge with the skyline view, or at the hidden speakeasy bar, or at that members-only gym, it creates what I call status by association. I mean, just think about a normal awkward selfie that the average guy has versus a photo at the city's new rooftop bar. Which guy do you assume women want to be around? Now, the easiest way to take advantage of this social proof anchoring is to simply find 3 to 5 high-status locations in your city. Anything from rooftop bars, nice restaurants or cafes, cool gyms, art galleries, or even just a nice nature view if that's your vibe. Once you're there, have a friend snap casual photos of you in that location. You want to aim for natural moments, not superposed selfies. Remember, the goal is to let your environment tell the story for you. That way, attraction starts before you even say a word. And again, this doesn't mean you have to have bottle service at the nicest table in your club. It could be a cool hidden nature spot that not many people know of. I personally like to go bird watching. I do it all the time. And you'd be surprised at the number of girls who respond to my Instagram stories asking me where I'm at, or oh, that location looks so cool, or where did you see that bald eagle? And yet it all stems from me doing something that is niche and honestly very nerdy. Bird watching is peak old guy activity, but yet I'm able to frame it and position it in a way that attracts women who are also into my interests. Another way you can take advantage of this is by simply making yourself a well-known face in the places you like to go. Making friends with service workers and the people at your regular establishments creates social proof so that when you bring a girl there on a date and everyone there knows you and is happy to see you, it elevates your status in her eyes and creates comfort and attraction at the same time.
By the way, if you'd like to work with me personally to master your in-person interactions and get you on 1 to 3 dates per week with girlfriend quality women, click the first link in the description and apply to join my private coaching program.
Now, attraction isn't always about looks. It's about the invisible vibe you project the moment you walk into a room. In other words, it's about the effect your aura has on the people around you before you even open your mouth. Most of the time, before you even open your mouth, a woman has already decided if she's attracted to you. Most guys think attraction is about saying the right line, being successful, or having the perfect jawline and facial symmetry. But the way to truly create a magnetic vibe in person is to own every aspect of your communication, from the words, the tonality, the delivery, and the body language. Just look at this example from Casino Royale when Bond asks a married woman to come to his place for a drink. A very forward and truthfully almost inappropriate proposal. But look at just how strongly he owns it and most importantly uses a specific psychological trick to create a strong aura. See if you can notice it.
What about a drink at my place?
Your place? Is it close?
Very.
One drink.
Did you see it? It's the simple trick of silence. In that clip, there's 7 seconds of total silence after he invites her over. During that silence, an entire conversation is happening with his eyes, body language, and presence. And the best part about this is that it has nothing to do with his looks. The most charismatic people understand the power of silence, and it's why it's so often used as a tool in both romantic and non-romantic settings. The space that silence creates is what allows a woman or an audience to be drawn into you, to be engaged, and hanging on to your every word. But it's more than just the silence, it's what his vibe and presence communicate during that silence, and that is certainty. I remember I was on a date with a girl one time and she said, "You have a very confident energy." Of course, I asked her, "What do you mean?" That's kind of a random thing to say, right? And she said, "You don't doubt anything you say." And that is the secret, having full conviction in everything that you say and do. And that comes from being aligned and acting authentically. If you're putting on a facade or trying to be gamey or acting like a cringe pickup artist or being gimmicky, it's going to be really hard for you to have that level of conviction because you don't even believe the words that you're saying. And that's why, as cringe as it sounds, when you're truly able to own who you are and be yourself and be totally comfortable being yourself, it actually creates a magnetic aura and presence that draws women in. Because when you do this, you're not second guessing what you say or do, and there's nothing more masculine than that. Now, if you want some practical tips on how you can create that deep masculine aura effect right now, the first thing you want to do is plant your feet in conversation. You need to own your space, stand firmly, and ground yourself. Don't fidget or constantly be shifting your weight. By being grounded and planted, it signals confidence and certainty, and it allows the rest of your body language to come from a centered place. The second thing you want to do is be intentional with your movement. Don't be frenetic or fidgety or rushed in any of your movements. You move and operate on your own time. That stillness shows composure. And the third thing you want to do is slow everything down. Your eye contact, your speech, your gestures, and your movements, just reduce them by 20 or 30%. Most guys are too nervous and fidgety because they're afraid of being judged, but when you slow it down, you signal that you're not afraid of being judged, that you're totally okay with being who you are. And perhaps one of the strongest things you can do is hold eye contact and smiling longer than usual. Especially when it's slow, calm, and calculated, it hits her deep, just like in that scene we just watched from Casino Royale. And it really highlights a point that I hope you can reflect on, because the truth is most guys move through the world like prey. Jittery, rushed, constantly shifting around and second guessing themselves. And it's the same energy you see in animals that are always on high alert because they know they could be attacked at any second. The men who instantly command respect move like predators. And I don't mean that in like the cringed lion alpha male type of way, but if you observe how a deer or a gazelle moves around, their eyes are on the side of their head. Why? Because they need to constantly be on alert, because they're not dictating the terms of their environment. They are subject to the terms of the predators who operate on their time. Again, without trying to sound like a cringe alpha male, just think of a lion and how it moves. It's slow. It's deliberate. Every step looks controlled. Every glance looks measured. The lion doesn't concern... The lion doesn't concern itself with the actions. I almost just unironically said the lion doesn't concern itself with the actions of others. It's like the lion doesn't concern itself meme. But it's actually true. It's a hilarious meme. And yes, it's a little cringe, but it really is true. And as humans, as mammals, we still have this hundreds of thousands of years of evolutionary biology and psychology that operates in our DNA. When we see these movements, we identify and categorize them a certain way. And that calm stillness that's common in predators is what makes them seem so magnetic and majestic. And it's what separates the men who women obsess over from the ones they easily forget. And because at the end of the day, we are mammals and tapping into that primal psychology is so effective, one of the best ways to instantly level up your attractiveness to women is by wearing a scientific scent. Studies have shown that warm, sweet, and even slightly smoky fragrances, these fragrance notes trigger the same chemical and neural pathways that trigger comfort, arousal, and emotional memory all at once in women. And a lot of guys don't realize that smell is the fastest shortcut into a woman's emotions. Studies show that women's brain can process scent 60% more deeply than men's. That's why she might forget your words, she might forget your name, but she'll never forget how you smelled, especially if you smell great. Specific scent molecules like vanilla, amber, tonka bean, tobacco, and rum activate the brain's limbic system, the part that governs emotion and attraction. And that's why these notes consistently test highest for sexual appeal in scent psychology research. I mean, just think about the high-end perfume and fragrance commercials that you see. What are they trying to communicate in those commercials? They communicate a feeling, and that's because smell is one of the 5 major senses. It's how women experience you on a deep, primal, and psychological way. And no, you don't need to spend $500 on a fragrance to make a strong first impression. You just want to pick a scent that's built on warm, edible notes like vanilla, amber, or rum, all of which you can get for relatively affordable prices. Having a signature scent is something you consistently hear, and it's kind of like generic advice, but it's one of those things that really does make a difference because that scent creates a memory imprint in her brain that makes you more memorable. Now, here are a few examples of good scientific scents that will boost your attractiveness and also make you more memorable than the guys wearing Dior Sauvage. Maison Margiela Jazz Club. This is a vanilla, tobacco, and rum that creates a sexy, mature lounge vibe. Another option is Tom Ford Oud Wood or Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille. These are more sweet, a little bolder, and definitely not for everyone, so you'll definitely want to try these out before buying them. Another great one is YSL La Nuit de l'Homme. This has chocolate mixed into it. It's very sweet, and it's been my go-to date night fragrance for years. And the last one is Parfums de Marly Herod. It's cozy, intimate, and oozes date night energy. Now, wearing a scientific scent will activate her emotions, but she'll never even get to smell it on you if you don't do the most important thing, and that is approach her. Because the truth is, you can be in all the right places and build the perfect aesthetic, but none of it matters if you never actually act on it. The real magic happens when you put yourself out there and actually approach the girl. Because attraction doesn't happen by chance. It happens in real day-to-day moments that most guys are too pussy to take advantage of. The kind that feels spontaneous, unscripted, and straight out of a movie. When you approach a woman in real life, you instantly separate yourself from every other guy still hiding behind his phone. Because while they're overthinking what to say, you're busy creating a story in the girl's mind. I mean, think about it. Every woman you've ever met has fantasized about meeting a guy by chance, at a coffee shop, on the street, or online somewhere. She doesn't get excited to tell her friends about the guy who slid into her Tinder inbox. She tells them about the guy who made her feel something in the moment. And that's what cold approach really is about. It's not about pickup lines or being a gimmicky pickup artist. It's about creating real human moments in a world where everyone's afraid to be themselves. Most guys don't get this. They think they're playing it safe by waiting for the right moment, the right look, or the right words. But the truth is, the guys who win are the ones who move first and put themselves out there. When you approach, you show that you're not afraid of rejection, and that's exactly what makes it so attractive. Because every single one of my best interactions, the ones that turned into real connections, instant dates, relationships, all came from the spontaneous moments I was able to create. Not because I had the perfect line, but because I had the guts to make the moment happen. And this carries over even if it is a girl you meet on a dating app, because when you're on that first date, you're still gonna need the guts to make the move and make a really strong, lasting impression. Because that's what women remember. The feeling, the spark, the story they'll replay in their mind later that night. And that's the irony of modern dating. Most men spend all their energy trying to look high value, but they never act high value. High value men don't wait, they take the shot. They don't overthink, they just shoot that shit. So stop overthinking, because the next time you see a woman who catches your eye, you have a choice. You can walk up, smile, and say something real, or you can pussy out like you have your entire life. Because those 5 seconds of courage can change the course of your entire dating life. Because every time you do this, you're not chasing, you're becoming the man that women are drawn into. And if you want to actually change your dating life with this skill of in person and all of the other skills that I outlined here in this video, so that you're able to get dates, build confidence, and put yourself into relationships with girlfriend quality women, real 9s and 10s, then click the first link in the description and apply to work with me inside my one-on-one private coaching program. I can take you from no dates, no approaches, to getting 1 to 3 plus dates per week in the next 30 days. Guaranteed. So if you're interested, click the first link in the description, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.